Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and today we are watching episode 7 of season 1 of Wheel of Time. So, I think there's only just like one big thing to talk about, Siobhan and Moraine. I talked about this a bit at the end as well of the previous one, and like, I think I gave the wrong impression. Like, I knew that they were pillow friends, as Jordan called it in his books. Here's the thing, like, the way I perceived, shall we say, LGBTQ people in Wheel of Time previously, I think that was formed a good amount by the fact that I started reading these books when I was 14 and way stupider than I am now. I'm not very smart now either, but you know, I was way stupider when I was a kid. The impression I always got from the books, at least, was that pillow friends, as they called it, were just something that it was youthful indiscretion, or however you want to put it. Like, it was something that experimenting done in their youth, or like in the case of Novices in the Tower, it was just something they did because they were lonely and they had nowhere else to turn. So it was like kind of like in prison, where some people might not have that many options, you know, to pick from. So that's why they go same sex. And maybe it's also a function of Jordan. I mean, he was old, I guess. And I mean, old people have different opinions. So like, I got the feeling that it was just something they did when they were young, like to experiment a bit. It wasn't who they actually were. And like, that in combination with the fact that sex and sexuality never really played a big role in these books, maybe that was a blind spot for me. I don't know how I'm coming across here, but I don't know if I'm making my point well enough, but like, just to make it clear, like, I don't think that being gay or lesbian or bisexual is, or trans or whatever, is something you grow out of. I don't think it's something that's silly that you grow out of when you like grow up or whatever. But that's kind of the impression I got from the books, that that's what the author thought. A bit, for this world at least. And yeah, I mean, I think the show did a good thing here. It was smart. It added stakes, you know. It made it so that like now we have a more human cause to fight for. Love, you know. It's not just something more abstract, like saving the world or something. It's a harder goal. It's a harder concept to wrap your head around. Doing it for love is easier to understand. I also really like how it humanizes Moraine, because she is so, I don't want to say distant, but like, she's always so cold and regal and poised, and like, she never betrays emotion or so in the books. That's the feeling I get, at least. She's always so calm and controlled, you know, and she seems a bit like a robot, kinda, you know, and this humanizes her quite a bit, and I like that. But yeah, the big thing for me, the big thing I reacted to that was like, this feels weird, was the fact that it felt like Moraine was the dominant one in the relationship, that Siobhan deferred to her constantly. Or not constantly, but that's kind of what it felt like. So yeah, that took me aback a bit. But I guess it also makes perfect sense for Siobhan to want to be that, to want to be the submissive one in the relationship when they're alone, because like, her day job, her normal life, so to speak, she's always like the ultimate authority. Like, she sends for kings and queens and they kneel to her, you know. She's always the one in charge. So like, when they're alone, it must feel nice to not be that person. Another thing that I think is worth mentioning, that I realized thanks to the comments, I thank you very much for that, was Matt not coming with them into the ways. I have been informed that that's because he had to leave. No one knows why he had to leave, but he left the set, he left the show, you know, and that's why he's replaced for season 2 with another actor. And this is when that happened, when he had to leave. And I don't know why he left. I don't think anyone does. And I don't see why it really matters. But because he left, I understand that they had to do that. They had to like get rid of him somehow, you know, and him not following them into the ways. Sure, I guess. So we have entered the ways, and now we have to do some traveling in there. It's going to be really interesting to see what it looks like, because, yeah, I remember what it looks like in the books, and it's a fairly fantastical landscape, and I'm interested to see what they've done with it in the show. So let's go find out, shall we? As always, though, before we get started, I just want to mention the Patreon. On the Patreon, I do these reactions uncut. If that interests you, feel free to check it out. Link is in the description down below. On the Patreon, I also do everything else, like the movies and other TV shows that I'm watching, are also on the Patreon uncut, and in most cases, early access for them. But with that said, let's get into episode 7 of Wheel of Time Season 1. Aiel! What's going on here? What's this now? Oh, I think I know what this is. Oh, I think I know what this is. You shouldn't be doing this when you're pregnant, my friend. I mean, it's not like you have a lot of option, but... Nice throw! This is awesome. A pregnant woman who's going into labor, but 1 minute I just have to kill like 10 people first. Oh, this is such a bad such a bad timing. You shouldn't go out to war if you're pregnant. Well, if you're pregnant is fine, but if you're about to deliver, you shouldn't be in war. This is making me incredibly excited for this episode. Who's this now? I wonder if we know who this is. With a heron mark blade. Okay.
Stop!
I really hope that we're gonna get to go back to that scene again.
Stay close.
Let's go. So excited to see what this looks like. Yeah, it looks right.
There cannot be any use of the one power within the ways. To do so would be to throw yourself at Machin Shin.
Yes, the wind.
What is Machin Shin?
Bad news. It's what it is. You should move.
Can't just leave him.
We didn't leave him.
No, he left us.
He left us.
You could just sit down and die.
Yes, lead the way, Egwene. Be the brave one.
When this is all over, we'll find him.
Yes, we will find him, but he'll look a bit different. But that is okay. That's one of the risks, I guess, with live action stuff. Sometimes things happen and actors have to leave, or sometimes actors even die, for instance, if it's old characters. It doesn't even have to be old characters for that matter.
What if it's him?
Then I can't let him within 100 leagues of the Dark One. I already know what choice he'd make.
Yeah. I like what this looks like. I like how it's kind of reminding me of the Giant's Causeway.
These pockmarked stone paths were once soft and verdant, covered in grass.
Yeah.
But now...
That was a long time ago, though, dude.
I owe Moiraine 3 silvers.
Oh, yeah?
You were scowling. I bet I'm pouting.
Okay. More flirting between those two, huh?
Wait! There's something up there.
How can you tell? How can you see in this darkness?
It's one of the guiding stones. No Ogier would deface a guiding.
No.
I'll ask for your patience.
You have it, my friend.
How did you see that?
Oh. As I wonder how.
Did that to the guiding.
I have suspicions.
There's something following us.
Oh, okay. That's not what I thought. Or maybe those are two separate things. No, I'm gonna cuddle a bit. Oh, that's nice. Oh, and poor Perrin, he doesn't have anyone to cuddle with. He axed her. Yeah, we know that whistling. They're doing this so well, I think. Holy moly. Trolloc. However you want to pronounce it.
Explains how they reached the two rivers undetected.
And
Indeed.
to the guide.
Indeed. That's what I thought.
Translates from the old
Mad wind?
black
Oh,
wind.
black wind.
Exactly is the Black Wind.
Machin, she will speak to you. Do not listen.
No, don't listen. Run. Hey there. So we're already gonna exit, huh?
The wavelength is up ahead.
Oh my. You're gonna have to balance. Walk carefully, guys. And Lan is bringing up the rear guard. How appropriate. Although, I mean, Machin Shin is not something you can really fight.
You'll murder these children and call it heroism. You'll
Don't listen.
You can't protect her.
You'll watch her die.
You'll hear their screams as they die.
This friggin' wind is a major buzzkill.
You can't protect them. You can't.
A bit angry there, Nynaeve? Understandable. A silly wind was saying very mean things. And there we go. Now we're in Fal Dara. And is everyone accounted for? Take a head count.
Rest is close at hand. We have friends in these borderlands.
Yes, we do, don't we?
Whatever it was you heard in the
It's
wind.
good. Tell them to just put it out of their mind. Yes, there you go. Thank you. I love the little glimpses we're getting of the one who's following them, who was, by the way, left behind in the ways. This looks nice.
Daishon,
Yes.
on behalf of Lord Agelmar, I welcome you back to Fal Dara.
I love what this looks like. It's very appropriate.
Rode to the White Tower with overblown stories of the encroaching blight and Trolloc raids.
No, that's not why we're here this time.
I appreciate you making the trek to the borderlands, but I fear you may have done so in vain.
I have no intention of advising you.
Yeah, this is just a rest stop. We're not planning on staying.
Behooves you to guard the gap, as your family has always done. It might be prudent to have a group of men wall up the Fal Daran Waygate as well.
That's good advice, dude. You should take it.
I offended you. You and your companions are welcome here as long as you wish.
I like the bird on the cloak. Yes. I want more of the flashback, though. Please. Ah, this dude. Not gonna whistle this time? Oh, look at that strut.
While I'm here, I thought I might pay Min a visit. I presume she still resides in the...
Oh, she's here.
If I were to ask why you went the ways, would you give me the courtesy of an answer?
I might, but, I mean...
I need a message delivered to the tower. There is a man that they must find.
Yeah.
And to whom should I send this message?
The Red Aja.
Really now? Think you're going a bit too far there.
It's the wind. Forget about the whispers. None of it's true. None of it.
No. But you gotta be pretty, like, self-assured not to be bothered by it. I don't know if these sheltered people from a small farming village knows. Or that, I mean.
Sworn I just saw Padden Fane walk past us.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that strange, huh?
Padden Fane's dead. He was there on Beltane when the Trollocs came.
Yeah, but what about person in the flashing light, and when we were in Tarvalon, there was a shot of someone, like the legs of someone whistling. Is that Min? Min Farshaw?
Any detail would be helpful, no matter how seemingly small.
So that's Min. Yes, what do you see?
Has yellow eyes, blood running down his chin. White flame and a ring of gold. I don't know.
Aes Sedai? Maybe?
For what it's worth, they're all very clear visions. Usually the more important someone is to the pattern, the clearer the vision.
This is pretty cool, the way they did this.
You saw something for me?
You're drinking a lot.
I see the Amaryllin's seat, and she's wearing full regalia, and she's going to be your downfall.
Ah, but that's very vague.
Who was she?
A woman I've known since she was young.
Stop lying to us.
You forget, girl, that I cannot lie.
No, but you're very good at evading or answering questions very non-specifically.
I don't want you to die. Any of you. But whichever of you goes to the Eye of the World and is not the dragon, you will die there.
I mean, you don't know that for sure.
Look, I didn't choose this path for myself any more than you did, but I will follow it because I must.
You have to go through with your mission.
I don't think you can drag the four of us there against our will.
Running.
No, we'll see about that, dude.
Won't save you from the weaving of the pattern.
You will be where you need to be when you need to be there. I mean, I guess they are Taveran, so...
She'll force us if she wants to.
Let her try.
Like, Moraine and Siobhan believe that the Eye of the World is where the Dark One is imprisoned. They believe that going there will kill everyone who's not the dragon. It's prophecy. It's old. You don't know.
You think she just learned today that the rest of us will die there?
And even if she thinks she's telling the truth, she could be wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to go to the Eye of the World because if there's even a chance she's right, then it's worth it. If Maureen wasn't a part of this, you wouldn't think twice.
Yeah. What's 4 lives against the world, you know?
What if we're throwing our lives away for nothing? What if none of us are the dragon?
Then you're boned.
All right, he left us, Rand. You saw his face.
This is not helping.
Thing about that!
Left us.
Well, I guess you're the expert on that, aren't you?
Dude, that's a low blow.
You owe her an apology. For what? The truth?
Stop! Just stop! I am so tired of you two fighting over her like she's something you can win.
It's a good point.
It's been right in front of me this whole time.
It's kind of funny.
I never even noticed.
Well, they got very close when they were on the road together for over a month.
The only woman I've ever loved was my wife.
Shouldn't listen to the wind. Machin Shin lies or exploits your insecurities. Yes, deep breaths. Leave that braid alone.
You've given them a semblance of a choice. That's all they need.
Yeah, she'll do whatever she needs to convince people, to push and prod to get them to where she needs them to go.
I feel I've taken everything from you. And more.
No, you've given him something to fight for. That's not going to kill him. I might still kill him, I guess, but...
Before you, I had nothing to live for.
Yeah, exactly.
And nothing to die for.
I like her, you know? The wisdom.
Yeah, good pick. Nynaeve. Tracking your man again, huh? Who are these people? Actually.
Hello.
Oh man, that was impressive. Invite her in, you know you want to.
You're just going to stand there? Or do you plan to
Come in. Nynaeve, this is everyone.
Do specify more than that, please.
She is beautiful. I hadn't noticed.
Thank you for keeping my Daishon safe and bringing him home to me.
Oh, many.
They have the same same headband thing, and I thought that was Malkieri in Origin. So why would this guy be wearing it?
Thank you for including me tonight.
Yeah.
You
Have
give me
a small semblance of normalcy for just one evening. Must be nice to have a bit of a break.
Good night.
Yes. It's too early yet. Or maybe not. Maybe not.
Do you want me to go?
Who would say no? Can you block the bond to Moraine? Or are you gonna be like, one moment I just have to go tell someone something? Or are you just gonna let it roll? The sheep herder is out getting rid of some frustration.
I waited in my room for an hour for you to come and apologize.
I found through hard-won experience that
I mean, you know, the Two Rivers people are very stubborn. That's kind of their characteristic.
How dare you think for even a second that I don't care about Matt?
I was scared.
Yeah. And when you're scared, you say stupid things.
I don't want to lose you.
We're coming back. All of us.
Listen to me.
That's good. Stay positive.
You need to go to the White Tower. Become what you've always wanted to be.
I'm not without you.
Every iceberg needs some water.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, I guess. Oh, this will they, won't they?
If it's you.
It's very much like a last night on Earth situation. For both Egwene and Rand, and for Nynaeve and Lan. Maybe Perrin can go visit Moraine. Although, I mean, she doesn't swing that way. Leave the braid alone. You leaving? That's rude.
You're leaving.
Why did he call you Daishon?
Because that's his title.
It's a title given to future kings of Malkia.
Hey, there it is. Tell me more, Lan. Lan Mondragoran.
Malkia was taken by the Blight so long ago.
Yeah.
He treats you like a son.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, right.
He was one of my father's armsmen.
Yeah, something like that. He's the one who took you and got out. He's the one who ensured you survived.
I never quite understood why you bonded yourself to Moraine.
And now you do.
It illuminates a bit, at least.
You finally belong.
Yeah, that's part of it. I want more of the thing in the beginning. Please, come on.
The wisdom never weds.
Rules are made to be broken, after all. Go for it.
Stay.
This again, huh?
I'll get you there. I'll get you to Nynaeve.
Oh? Oh my?
He was crying. Dad, he was so tiny.
Yeah, he was so tiny, wasn't he?
And your size can break it down.
That mountain. I think I've seen it before.
Yes, you have seen it before, haven't you? No, I love this.
You are the dragon reborn.
We're closed.
Look me in the eye and tell me that you want to know what I've got to say. Because once you do, there's no turning back. A man in armor, carrying your heron-marked blade.
Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. Yes. Yes, take that helmet off. Hi, Tam.
I saw a baby born on the slopes of Dragon Mount.
Yes, he comes. And then she died.
The man raised him.
Quite the portentous
House
birth.
beside fields of sheep.
Guess the secret's out, huh?
What do you see now?
Rainbows and carnivals and 3 beautiful women.
Yeah, I mean, all true.
Do I make it back?
No answer. Has he gone off on his own now, or?
Nynaeve?
She's not in her room, she's in someone else's room. Yeah, she knows what that means.
Where have you been?
No.
None of your business.
I couldn't sleep.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, there's 3 of you. Where's the 4th?
I want to go.
Of course you do. Was there ever any doubt?
Where's Rand?
Yeah, where is him?
He was with you.
Him. Where is he?
What happened?
Oh, they left on their own. Right? That's what that means?
Bond.
Yeah. They left on their own. Is this the blight? Supposed to be? It's just some dead wood.
The Blight. We have to go through it to get to the Eye of the World.
Okay. That's nice. Okay, sure. Okay, so that was episode 7 of Wheel of Time Season 1. That was a really good episode. Oh man. I thought that they would have spent more time in the ways, to be honest. But then again, why would they? It's just a bit of transportation. I mean, I saw the episode title, The Dark Along the Ways, you know? Maybe that was more metaphorical. It was the dark that the wind brought the stuff it whispered to them. I think this might be my favorite episode of the season so far. I loved the intro as well, the introduction. That was so good. When that happened, I thought that maybe we're gonna get some more intel, some more detail. And we did. We finally did. At this point, I mean, it's not a spoiler. Like, this was obvious. Rand is the dragon. Like, when you read the book, the first book, there's never any real, like, question about it. The books are written like, I don't know what the official way to, how, like, what it's called officially, but it's like, it's written in, from someone's perspective, and it's written like in the third person. So for instance, something happened, Rand thought this and that about it, and so on, and the person that it takes place from, like 80+% of the book takes place from Rand's perspective, and like there is no question about it. Like, who is the main character? There's never any question when you read the book. And this is something that I mentioned as well in episode 1, that like when we saw a glimpse of it here, when Rand is trying to get his dad, Tam, back to Emond's Field on the night of the attack. Because like in the book, you don't see the attack on Emond's Field, you just see the aftermath. In the book, it's a whole to-do about Rand and how he's panicking about trying to get an injured, feverish, like hallucinating Tam back to Emond's Field to safety, to get him healed, to get him help, you know. And he makes like a stretcher, or whatever it's called, like something to put Tam on to pull him. And it's snowing, it's crazy, and like he's terrified that there's going to be more Trollocs somewhere. And Tam starts like ranting, like in a feverish like state, starts mumbling about the little boy and Kari and all that stuff. The stuff that we saw in this episode, you know? And I missed that in the beginning of this show. But I understand that they couldn't have put it in, because if they did, then it would have been obvious. And now it's also obvious why Loyal called Rand an Aiel. Like an Aielman who claims he's not an Aielman from the Two Rivers. That's very odd. And yes, it is odd. It's all coming together, you know. I think they did a really good job with this. I think they did it well. They tied everything together, or not everything, but they tied a good amount of loose threads up, and like they answered a lot of questions. Yeah, they did this mystery really well, I think. Like there's been things that have been hard to explain. Like in the books, it's part of it is when they're escaping from Emond's Field or the Two Rivers, and they're being chased. Yeah, they're being chased through the woods, and Bella, the horse, Rand's horse or Tam's horse, like the horse they use to bring stuff to Emond's Field from their farm, the horse that Egwene uses, Bella, she is flagging. She is like not strong enough, and then she is strong enough all of a sudden. And in the show, they even had that in when Moraine was going around and like refreshing the horses with the one power. She was like tricking their brains into thinking that they're not tired, or like they're tricking the body into thinking it's not tired for the horses. In the books, when she comes to Bella, she like remarks that Bella's not tired at all because someone already did that for her. And here in the TV show, it's been other things like with Dana, with the Dark Friend, the big door that 3 men couldn't break down, that he broke down on his own. And like there's been hints of this previously, but it's never been obvious. And I think they did it well. I also really like Padan Fain, that he's I don't know, I've probably missed a good amount of the small hints of his presence, I think. But I didn't notice it when I was watching, but I definitely noticed when I was editing, when was it? I think it was when Moraine was going to see Rand and Matt, possibly, in Tar Valon, in the inn. And there was a shot from outside, and you see just the legs of someone who's watching up towards where they are in the inn and whistling that tune that Padan Fain whistled. And here he is again, and we saw a small glimpse of him in the ways when like lightning struck. They're doing a really good job of bringing the book to life, I think. There are problems. Of course there are problems. There are things that I might have changed. There are things that I know I would have changed and done this with instead, for instance. But there are also tons of things that I don't know how I would have done it, you know? And I have to say I'm really happy with what I'm getting. Some stuff here felt a bit weird, I guess, but it can all be explained with the fact that the actor playing Matt had to leave, you know? So like they had to explain it somehow, and I think they did a good job. Like, stuff happens, you know? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, you could try to limp along with CGI or something, but I don't know. I think they made a good choice with the way they dealt with it. It was a very unfortunate hand they was dealt with the actor playing Matt leaving, but you got to play the hand you're dealt, you know. I really like the look of the ways. I also really like the look of Fal Dara. Fal Dara is Shinar, right? Yeah, it's Shinar. I really like the look of Fal Dara. And because like The Borderlands have always felt to me to be very Asian inspired. And I think that was fairly evident here as well, with the look of the armors and the fact that they had Asian actors, a good amount of them. Like in the books, no culture is like just directly ripped off. There's not like a one-to-one direct representation of any time period or culture in the books, but everything is like an amalgamation. It's like it's taking bits and pieces from here and there. And in the books, it felt very much like the Borderlands had a very heavy Asian influence. And I really like that carried over, you know, to this TV show. So yeah, this episode, it made me appreciate Lan's casting even more. Dude is doing an amazing job, I think. And we also got some of his backstory. That was nice. Daishon. We're getting more and more building blocks for this world, and I'm so excited for it, man. I think I like the look of the Blight. That's not like the entire Blight is not like that. There is no way. Right? That's just gotta be like the border or just like a region of it, because I don't know. I more imagined it like a very desolate desert, quite the wasteland. And this is the next to last episode, so next week we finish season 1, and then comes the long, torturous, arduous wait for season 2. Oh, that's gonna suck so hard. But what you gonna do? But yeah, I'm so excited now for the last episode with everything that this has set up, and like the building blocks we got, the answers we got, the broadening of the world, like everything. This was so good. Great episode. I'm really looking forward to the next one. But that is for a different day. For today, I am done, and I thank you very much for joining me. I hope to see you in the next video, but until then, do take care of yourselves and peace out.